Sinbad, Volume 12, Night 103, King's Qualifications. You're not suited to be a king. Huh? I was like just shocked. How? How can you say I'm not suited to be a king? Exactly. Sin has the wit and resourcefulness to be a leader. You just said so yourself, Princess Erdine. So why? Because a king doesn't need to be a leader. If a king holds all power, controls all, and commands all those around him, that doesn't prove that he has exceeded what it means to be a king. That would just make him a dictator. Yeah, that's true. A king is surrounded by government officials, soldiers, nobles, and people in a variety of other official positions. He gathers their ideas and uses that combined knowledge to determine his policies. So even though the king has the right to decide how his country is run, his decisions aren't based solely on the knowledge of a single person. You're familiar with how this works, aren't you? When the president of your company wasn't around, you were able to put your heads together and come up with solutions. At that time, you were without a leader, weren't you? Then what's the purpose of having a king? Aren't you being contradictory? Don't you want the power of a king yourself? Huh? I'm not being contradictory, because a king's true purpose is to be a royal symbol and nothing more. A royal symbol? What? It's the same with your company. The Sinbad Trading Company has been able to gain the trust of all its customers because it has the living legend Sinbad leading it. That's how a country works too. A king fulfills his duty as king by reigning from his throne and earning the respect and love of the people. Citizens of a country are unified, love their country, and put down roots there, all because of the king. Such a country would be acknowledged by other countries as superior, and it would be trusted. It's a cycle. A good king is usually a good leader. It's because that the king simply exists. Okay? In that case, what do you think the most important quality of a king is? Huh? What? Like, heart? Blood. Wait, what? Okay. But how'd they become king in the first place? Like their ancestors. No matter what kind of person takes over as king, a royal bloodline is necessary for the longevity of a country. Blood connects the country with its people, and is the bond that solidifies a country's strength. That is why the royal family is special. The blood that flows through their veins exists for the sake of their country and the thousands of citizens they support. That's not only true for Pathorvia. Heliohapt is the same. You saw the people of the former king's faction who supported the young king, Sharrkan, right? Why do you think they were so desperate to put such a young prince on the throne? It's because those brothers have the blood of an unbroken line of kings flowing through their veins. No one else has that. Blood alone holds such an absolute power. In other words, that's what a king really is. You are strong. You have courage, intelligence, and power. More than anyone else. More than enough. But you can't change your bloodline. You don't have the blood of kings flowing through your veins. So I'd like to ask you one more time, Sinbad, don't be so particular about creating a country. Wait, Sinbad, don't be so particular about creating a country. Isn't the company you have now enough? You can never truly become a king. Despite that, do you insist on continue to wish for a country to help you change the world? And like the scales are like going, oh no, the scales. It's true. Just as you said, I want to create a country to help me achieve my goal of change the world. The country I'm thinking of won't exist only for the sake of its own citizens. You may accuse me of spending too much time thinking about the world as a whole, but it's only natural. After all, If you stay isolated in your own country without any interaction with the world beyond your borders, it will only lead to the decline of your country. Now that metal vessels have spread throughout the world, you can't be so naive as to think that your own country is the only one that matters. Amachak, Susan, Armiria, and Heliohapt, they all felt a sense of impending crisis and changed their policies, didn't they? That's why I'll create a country centered around foreign policy or diplomacy for the moment of its creation. From the moment, I don't need royal blood. I'll be the same as my citizens. A country where all its citizens are merchants. That's the country I will create. A new country founded on trade. What about territory? That's what we're that's what we're in the middle of searching for. Darn, she pointed out the same thing King Rashad did. What about land for your country? Do you think you can just find some unexplored region that no one has claimed? Had you set your sights on the furthest reaches of the Dark Continent? What will you do if you build your country in a place like that? You can't interact with other countries and set up satisfactory trade agreements from there. That situation is far removed from your idea of a country with a country founded on trade, isn't it? Like skipping. No. If we keep looking, I'm sure we can. Ridiculous. Think realistically. There isn't a place like that. Boom. It's like the scales are moving. Sinbad, why have you decided to create a new country? Didn't you decide to take action because you saw the wretched condition of your own home country, Pathorvia? If so, then isn't the place you should save? Then isn't that the place you should save? The place you should return to? Actually, Pathorvia? Pathorvia agreed to an immediate ceasefire with Riam. They're working towards economic recovery. It seems like they've been given the opportunity to rebuild. Pathorvia has already. Are you referring to their ceasefire with Riam? You knew about that? I've been working in a company in Riam. Of course I heard. There's no way I wouldn't hear. There was no point in trying to hide it then. Then you should understand. Pathorvia is already on the road to recovery. Pathorvia is recovering? Don't be so naive. Do you really believe something so convenient as the story that the economy will recover simply from a calling of ceasefire? That's not possible. That man isn't such an honest person. I've no doubt that this is just to cover up what's really happening. What do you mean? From the beginning, the royal palace understood that Pathorvia's national power was wearing thin, and that they were facing ruin. We got the maids coming in. General Barbarossa is a handful of nobles. General Barbarossa and a handful of nobles were the ones that wanted to continue Pathorvia's involvement in the war despite its weakening control. It was never made public, but His Majesty had become quite weak. His body was riddled with disease. All of the real power was already in Barbarossa's hands. There was no one left in the palace that could stand against his influence. After he assassinated His Majesty, Barbarossa entered the ceasefire. However, we don't believe his reasons were to allow the country to recover. All of that was happening in the palace. I really didn't know much about Pathorvia's internal affairs, so that's what was going on. I can't allow that man to continue to violate my country. Grabbing it. Sinbad, help me take back Pathorvia. Become a true leader. You can become the next figurehead to serve as the pillar supporting Pathorvia. What? Huh? If you do, you'll get your own country just like you wanted, and you can start working towards solving global problems. Plus, we can save our homeland, and I'll be able to take my country back. It's a great chance. That's 4 birds with 1 stone. Wait a minute, I'm not royalty. You're the one that just said I could never become king because I don't have the right bloodline. What are you saying? You won't be king? I will. Huh? Huh? I'll surrender all power to you, but the one that actually takes the throne will be me with the royal bloodline. Become my husband. Huh? Wait, what? So, she's gonna just be the mask of the thing he's gonna control in the background? I mean, that's a good... that's a good chance. Night 104, all of me. Sin should become Sarahdine's husband? Like, what are you saying? Exactly. I mean, there was a pretty good atmosphere between them that time. But this is so sudden. No, you're wrong. This is nothing that frivolous. Don't misunderstand. This doesn't mean what you think it does. As I said before, Sinbad cannot become a king. But he can stand at the head of a country as its leader and bring its citizens together. All I'm saying is that there is another path you can take. Cultivating new land and founding your own country isn't a realistic goal. He kind of did that. Moreover, you're not royalty, Sinbad, but you have been gifted with overwhelming talents. That's why you should accept my offer. My royal blood will make up for what you lack. I will use the power of the metal vessel to restore my royal authority. For the sake of my country, I will become its symbol and an unshakable existence to support it. After ascending the throne, I will protect my country as its queen. And as my husband, you can become a statesman and use your strength to change the world like you want to. If it's marriage that you're worried about, don't be. I know you're a man who can't be tied down. You'll still be free to do as much womanizing as you like, and you can even take on concubines if you choose. What? This is in both our best interest. I'll be using you, and you'll be using me. This is the most realistic approach for you to take, isn't it? Huh? Was our hand? Sinbad, I can give you what you wish for. With my royal blood, I can make you into a revolutionary that can change the world. What are you afraid of? You understand, don't you? Use me to achieve your goals. Surely, this is the reason you've survived until today. The reason I met you. This is something I know, something we are meant to do. Scales are going on. Or no, it's like, well, yeah, it's scales. Don't you want to save Pathoria? Save the world with your own 2 hands? Use me as a stepping stone to make your perfect world a reality. I can give you everything you want. It's like weighing down. Oh, huh? The scale. Your heart is wavered. Sinbad loses. Like wow, I'm surprised. I never thought that Sinbad would actually lose. I can still fight. I'm just thinking of a counter argument. My heart hasn't given up yet. I can, Sinbad. No matter what you say, her words have moved you. You agree with her conviction. The fact that the scale have shifted is proof of that. Yep. You have lost this fight. Sardine, I will acknowledge you as my king vessel, as I promised. Although you are backing Sinbad, it seems like I'll still end up being used by him in one way or another. Sapar, I'm sure you all must detest me after all I've done, but please let me tell you one last thing. I know what it's like to live in a world where a single great king rules over everything. However, no matter how great a leader you are, the betrayal of one's allies can lead to the death of that king and the destruction of the world. I never want to see that happen again. A king must live a lonely existence. I want all of you to become true allies that protect the one you follow and support him from behind. That's my one true wish. So we should just... They're following him like to the best. You should just pick Sinbad. I've done a lot of immature things. I'm sorry. Japar, King Vessel, I give you my power, Glowin. Go forth, then. Make the world a better place. Your sword. Right. Oh, poor Sinbad. Night 105. Thank you. They get transported out. With all their loot. Looks around. It's like, huh? Where are we going? Sin stayed that way the whole time. That result must have been quite hard on him. Where is it? Jafar, where's this magic circle taking us? Is it alright that we separated from Saradine and others? Yeah, it should return us to where we started, so there shouldn't be a problem. Is it? Although there's no way of knowing if we'll turn up at the same time. I guess it's just the two of us for the trip back. Or like handmaids. It seems so. Dungeons sure are places full of mysteries, aren't they? But I'm glad we came here. Our princess was acknowledged as a king vessel and received the power of a metal vessel. As her follower, there's no greater joy than that. We must train even harder so that we can continue to support our princess more than ever. Yes. Princess. Lord Draggle. I have the two of you return safely. They're both together. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Since we've been alone together like this? It has. Ever since we arrived at the Syndria Trading Company. We've both been so desperate to learn our new roles. My jobs were always indoors, but you've spent a lot of time as an outboard guard. Okay. Even traveling as far as Pathovia's waters, haven't you? You gain quite the reputation for taking command and stepping up to lead others on board. It's an old habit. How embarrassing. Huh? Why are you being so shy? That's not like you. Dreckle, thank you. When Sinbad and I were told to fight, we're told to fight to be chosen. When Sinbad and I were told to fight to be chosen as a king vessel, you didn't say anything or try to stop us, right? You stay quiet. I'm sure you had your own. I'm sure you had your own opinions about everything that was going on, but despite that, you swallowed them and watched over our fight. That part of you hasn't changed at all since we were little. Hey, Sardine, Draggle, I'm really grateful to you. You've been by my side ever since we met. Even after I became a soldier, you continue to support me like nothing had changed. That time in Pathovia, you risked your life to protect us. I'm only alive today thanks to you. Truthfully, there's no way to express the depth of my gratitude. Despite that, I ended up treating you so badly. At that time, both you and I had reached our absolute limit, so it couldn't be helped. Could have been helped, because that situation was. The right one? Okay. The situation was born from the weakness of my heart. I committed the sin of hurting you deeply. In that time I realized my own weakness was foolishness. That's why I resolved to become stronger. Strong enough that I would never hurt anyone like that again. Lady Sardine. So I was desperately searching for something I could do to change myself. The whole reason I accompanied you on this journey was because I wanted to find it. But now I understand. Sword. I will use this power to take back my country. And even if it takes everything I have, I'll make Sinbad into a revolutionary that can change the world. This is my mission and my atonement. This is why I've been allowed to live until today. Hey, Draggle, if I asked you to lend me your power to help take back Pathrivia, what would you do? Would you still come back to my side? Gulp. He's like staying silent. I see. No, of course it's fine. I renew. Sinbad is your master now. I was insensitive. Forgive me. Like looking dejected. Besides, I'm no longer the one by your side. You found someone, didn't you? Someone important to you, huh? Sahal. Oh, wait, what? The two of you are always flirting back at the trading company, aren't you? You become really close. It suits you. Shall I get it for you? Oh, wait a minute. Did you think no one noticed? Everyone knows about you two. Oh, there's a room behind. You get embarrassed so easily. She's laughing at him. Like embarrassed. Back. Princess Celine. Thank you for everything till now. I'm grateful to you, Dragon. Or Dragon. Can you get back? Pyramids like this disappeared. 16th dungeon. Zapar. Conqueror. Sardine. Ability. Mind manipulation. That's probably good that Sinbad didn't get that, actually. Knight 106. No name, okay, no title. Huh? Okay, we got the king. Been an hour since Sinbad and others entered the dungeon. Lord Amakan. Was it really alright to leave this to them? I don't know. But no matter how you look at it, relying on them was our only choice. Heliohapt has been split in two by the conflict between the two kings' factions. This divide is only weakening our country. In order to bring an end to the strife, we must confirm what is carved into the sarcophagus of the former king. And even if the name carved there is not mine, but the name of my little brother, and I will accept that as the will of the former king and abdicate the throne. Understood, Normies. We cannot participate in this senseless conflict. We must help rebuild Heliohapt from the isolationist. Decline it. Wait. We must help rebuild Heliohapt from the isolationist decline. It has suffered, and form new connections with the outside world. That is the duty of Heliohapt royal family, and its centuries of traditions. To protect the future of its country. It is my responsibility as king to open our country to the world. No matter who they may be, I won't let anyone stand in my way. Boom. As you wish, my king. Foo, finally. Yes, Dowager, Queen, Lady Petra. Never dreamed that the former king would choose Sharrkan as the heir to the throne. We had known that, we could have saved ourselves the trouble of this roundabout strategy and just gotten rid of the dungeon so we could enter the royal tomb. Yes, Lady Petra. But thanks to that dungeon's existence, the legitimacy of Lord Amakan's reign has been called in question. And now there's the possibility that Lord Sharrkan may come to power. Moreover, the conflict between the former king's faction and the current king's faction has allowed us to spread the rumor of the curse throughout the country. That dungeon is the only reason we were able to make such progress in just a few months. In other words, there really couldn't have been a better set of circumstances for us. Little prince is like gripping his rod. With this, we'll finally be able to make Sharrkan king. Yes. And that's only one piece of the puzzle. A real goal surpasses that. That's right. We can't just leave this country to Amakan. We can't defy defy the policies entrusted to us by the former king. That is the way we do things in this country. It is the way our small country has survived all these years. That's the duty of Heliohapt royal family, and centuries of tradition. To protect the future of this country, it is our responsibility to preserve our customs. That is something you understand nothing about, Amakan. Boom. Look, the dungeon is shrinks in the ground. It's gone. Huh? Did everyone make it? There's sand in my mouth. Ouch. Who stepped on me? That's... Huh? Sorry to keep you waiting, Your Majesty. Boom. And they're all there. We conquered the dungeon and returned the royal tomb to its former state, just as we promised. Now the rest is up to all of you, the Heliohapt royal family. Huh? Sinbad, you. Okay. Sin. Like when they're going back. Seems like we'll be arriving soon. Prepare yourselves. Jafar. Was it Mastress? Well, it might be better not to ask this, but what will you do after this? We've taken care of the dungeon, but once we return, we'll be back in Heliohapt. The whole reason we came here at the beginning was to head to the Dark Continent, right? But as Miss Saradine said, that undeveloped area isn't really a suitable place to build a country. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen to our search for land to establish a country on? Well, that's... What are you saying? We're still going to the Dark Continent. Sin? Huh? It's true that there's only a slim chance of us finding what we're searching for. King Rashid said so himself, didn't he? I can't guarantee that it's the type of place you're looking for. So, it doesn't matter if we discover land for our country or not. What's more important is that the Dark Continent is Masrur's homeland. The land of the Thanos. Or Thanos? I'm saying this wrong. That alone is reason enough for us to go there. Besides, if I were really the type to give up before seeing for myself, we would never have come this far in the first place. I'm not giving up anymore. The same goes for my dreams. Let's return to Heliohapt and see for ourselves the outcome of this country's conflict. Going in. The Queen's all like smug. Now to the royal tomb. Whose name is it? Probably the older prince. That Jim? Wow. Huh? So this is the royal tomb. What do you think? It's the largest complex of royal tombs in the world, and the pride of Heliohapt. It was created using our best construction techniques, and is a symbol of the authority of the king. This magnificent structure was built as a tribute to Heliophaпт's unbroken line of royal power spanning centuries. If you think of the effort that went into its construction, you can understand how vital the king is to this country. The people of this country built this. It reminds me of a dungeon. Amazing construction techniques? That's not a question. From the scale of this structure, we can see that Heliohapt is a wealthy country. I wish that was the case, but our country's present condition is pretty desolate because they have trade. This magnificent royal tomb and palace and many other great structures in Heliohapt were built generations ago, and we've only inherited the legacy of the past. Heliohapt no longer has the power it once held. No matter how outstanding our technology may be, this country is still largely desert. It's obvious that we will eventually need to rely on imported goods. Looking at things from a global standpoint, Heliohapt is just a small country. In order to progress, we have to open up relations with the rest of the world. We must lead Heliohapt down the road of prosperity, as a missing of those who are entrusted with his future. As expected, the young king knows nothing. You think opening our borders will make this country prosper? This is why we can't leave ruling to inexperienced youths. What are you trying to say? It's true, isn't it? What is the biggest threat to our country? It's the Riam Empire. So they know about Riam. The Great Riam Empire has already extended its influence as far as Carthago. If they attacked us, we'd be helpless to defend ourselves. The only reason we've been overlooked by Riam so far is because we're a small country with few resources. What do you think will happen if we start diplomacy with other nations and draw attention to ourselves? Won't we just be giving them an excuse to attack our country? Heliohapt has no way to defend itself from Riam. We'd be annihilated. Are you willing to risk the danger of getting our country mixed up and all that just to realize your ideals? Do you really have the resolve to do that, young king? I won't deny that it's a possibility, but we should settle things by starting discussions with Riam. Oh, you want to discuss things with an empire that spends all its time at war? How optimistic. You can't govern a country if you can't see the big picture, can you? Although in a few hours, Sharrkan will be the one sitting on your throne, so it hardly matters. We'll be off then, young king. Oh no. Prince? Nermies, let's go. Lormakan. We'll see this through till end. Going, okay. It's a difficult problem, isn't it? But some variation of this type of conflict happens in every country. Pathuria was the same. There were various factions within the palace, and their policies were often in conflict. There's no right answer when it comes to politics. Now that the military has seized power, our politics are led by the military leadership. Her Highness has a much younger brother. If Barbarossa hadn't seized control of and all was well in the palace, the two of them might have found themselves caught up in the same kind of power struggle. You know, it's ironic, but we were able to avoid that conflict because things turn out this way. But it's frustrating. Just thinking about a boy the same age as my little brother being used as a pawn in a power struggle is such a heartbreaking situation. It pains me. Seems like thoughts and thought. We've arrived. Our former king rests here. Look at that, the tomb. Now, to confirm what's carved on the sarcophagus. Okay. What? Wait, I'm sure we were told that the final words of the former king, naming his successor, were to be carved into his sarcophagus. But what in the world? There's nothing written here. Oh, okay. Nermies, what's going on? I don't know. This has never happened before. The last words of the former king must be somewhere. Start looking. There's something strange in here. A scroll on his like thing. I'm Kuman. This is my final will and testament. This is a divination from the custom of carving one's will into the sarcophagus, custom established by generations of kings. Listen carefully, all those of the royal family. I'm personally putting an end to this royal custom. I will not choose the next king. Oh. The ones to choose the next king will be you, Sharrkan. As the two princes of Heliohapt, you must work together to decide who will be the next king. Okay, how would they... Oh, okay. Knight 108. Empty throne. Sharrkan? As the two princes of Heliohapt, You must work together to decide the next king. What does this mean? It's their choice. The former king didn't choose a successor. That means Amarkan, Sharrkan. Okay, Sharrkan went with Sinbad. How did he get there though? The one to become the next king has yet to be decided. Okay, unbelievable. Nothing like this has happened before. Yeah, that's what he said. The king has always chosen his own successor. That is the royal family's tradition. I can't believe that. Our long-standing custom. One that had continued for centuries will be broken like this. The Griffin. That's impossible. There's no way the former king would do that, right? Sharrkan's name was supposed to be carved into the sarcophagus, wasn't it? Huh? Sharrkan, you said so, didn't you? You said you would become the next king. Didn't you tell us that? Answer me, Sharrkan. Huh? Oh, is that it? Grabs his wrist. You deceived me. Even though you're just a puppet. Please stop, Cleopatra. Silence, Nermes. Huh? We're only here because Sharrkan was supposed to be king. If everything has turned out like this, we should have just kept using the dungeon and the curse to drag Amarkan from the throne. Like just losing her mind. So it was you after all, the mysterious deaths that led to rumors of a curse. Even though you're a dowager queen, you've agitated our citizens and thrown our country into chaos. That is unforgivable. Isn't that all your fault, Amarkan? No. We wouldn't have had to use such methods if you had advocated international. Yeah, advocated. You hadn't advocated international diplomacy. Last thing our nation needs is for us to encourage negative attention from the Riam Empire. That would be unforgivable. What you did was necessary to protect this country. You said we shouldn't attract Riam's attention, and yet you belong to the new Riam faction, don't you? Yep, new Riam faction. There are a number of individuals in our country that belong to it. The Riam Empire is just north of our country. Compared to it, Heliohapt is just a small nation. Some have tried to develop a close relationship with Riam in order to avoid confrontation and ensure our safety. That group is the new Riam faction. What's wrong with that? Without doing so, surviving all these years would have been impossible. Our small nation. There's no way we're a match for that huge empire. Only through careful monitoring Riam's mood and playing by the rules, we have been able to protect this country. That's the duty of the royal family. We can't let the centuries-old traditions of the Heliohapt royal line come to end like this. We can't leave this country in the hands of juveniles who don't understand how to rule. But isn't it also our duty to free ourselves from Riam's control? If things continue like this, nothing will ever change. Are you saying we should encourage Riam to invade us? Maintaining our current balance is the best course of action for this country. Our people are at their limits. People take their futures. Please take their futures into consideration. That would be too naive. Our people may be temporarily impoverished, but it's in exchange for ensuring the future of our country. Well, future won't last long if you can't grow. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. And Sinbad's watching all this. Even though their methods are different, they're all fighting to protect this country. I don't think this endless argument will lead to a compromise. First thinking that working together to decide the next king may be impossible after all. Hold on a minute, huh? I can solve your problem. No. Wait, what? The Seven Seas Alliance can. And, oh. That's right. Okay. 909. Seven Seas Alliance. The Seven Seas Alliance will bring an end to Heliophat's dilemma. Alliance? What in the world are you talking about? According to the former king's will, we have no option but to work together to decide his successor. But as long as we adhere to parallel lines of thought, we won't be able to converge on a solution. You say that you are capable of solving such an impossible problem? I am. And it's a problem only I can solve. First of all, both sides are concerned about the future of their country. Both sides are right. That's why there is an answer. But that's not the real issue here. The real source of our difficulty is the Riam Empire. Riam is the biggest threat to Heliophat's survival. That's the reality. This country has carried on by monitoring Riam's moods and obeying their rules. But why has it come to that? It's because this country doesn't have the power to defy Riam. What should a country with no power do? That's simple. You either have to gain that power yourself or borrow it from somewhere else. Allow me, Sinbad the Dungeon Conqueror, to protect you with my power that rivals Riam's. If you do this, you'll no longer need to fear Riam. You can live freely. Don't be ridiculous. Like, alliance? Power to stand up to Riam? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You're only a merchant and a foreigner. There's no way you could do any of that. Even if we could protect this country by borrowing your power, then we'd just be forced to obey you instead of Riam. How dare you, an outsider, spout such nonsense like it's a good idea. But he wouldn't want them to follow his rule. He'd be like, you do what you do. You're wrong. That's not how it would be. It's an alliance. And that's not the same as an invasion. We don't rule or expect anyone to obey us. The world is still full of injustice, poverty, war, discrimination. The world is full of people who are tied down and suffering. People who don't have the freedom to choose their own way of life. It's wrong for someone with more power than you to take away your right to decide your own future. I want to save people like that. I feel the same way towards this country. I've conquered a dungeon and gained the power of a metal vessel. A metal vessel contains enough power to destroy an entire country overnight. This power is more than enough to help a small country stand up to a large one. I've already formed alliances with several other nations. Almachok, Susan, Armeria. They're all small but powerful countries. We promise to cooperate with one another and combine our strength. We respect the independence of each individual country. We don't invade. We don't let ourselves be invaded. A unique international alliance that believes in collaboration and non-aggression. This is Jim behind him. We protect international stability and aim to unify the Seven Seas. That is the Seven Seas Alliance. This is the alliance I founded. Heliophat can maintain its autonomy, and the countries of the alliance will not hesitate to lend you their assistance. How absurd. Oh, she's like not believing this? It all depends on each country's circumstances. Considering our location, such a plan is not so simple. Besides, alliance? Union? What idiot would believe that you have that much power? Understand? I'll show you my power. He's gonna do something? Sin, as far away from the city as we are, please still try to use a little restraint. What are you saying, Jafar? He's gonna like blow something up. Of course, I'm giving it all I got. Belrook, the Saikwa. Boom! Just big lightning. Big lightning strike come out. Night 110. Decision. Are they actually gonna make a decision? I was like, whew, huh? He's like, just taken back. Just caused a big, like, crater. Like, this is the power of a metal vessel. Huh? Comes down. This is the strength of a metal vessel. There should be no problem. Besides, that's not my only metal vessel. He changes. Jin equipped. Balfour. Sin, where are you? Going in? Each metal vessel is different. Some allow you to control lightning, others to manipulate fire. Some can be used as weapons, others can protect those around you. There's a multitude of ways to use a metal vessel. Okay? However, all of that depends on the choices you make. If you misuse them, boom, some big shards coming in. You can instantly cover an entire desert in ice. If I wanted to invade Heliohapt, it would already be mine. With the power of a metal vessel, you can destroy an entire country overnight, or amass a huge fortune. This one metal vessel contains an incomprehensible amount of power. But I'm not the only one who wields one. Most of the national leaders in the Seven Seas Alliance have their own metal vessels, and there are rumors that even more are being used around the world. Now that more and more dungeons are appearing, it wouldn't be surprising for more metal vessels to turn up as well. Reem isn't the only threat. Our master is the first multiple dungeon conqueror in the world. No one rivals his strength. In addition, one of our allies, Princess Sardine of Patheria, has also conquered a dungeon and has her own metal vessel. The Princess of the Patheria Empire? Huh? Listen to me. Our only desire is to protect global balance. In order to do so, we need to cooperate. To build the world as it should be, and prevent this immense power from throwing everything into chaos. We must become a power that protects humanity. I'm Sinbad. I'm the head of the Syndicate Trading Company and the leader of the Seven Seas Alliance. I have the determination. Normies, I've been too naive. Oh, she's like, oh, it's the prince. Okay, I've been too naive. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's the prince. Been too naive. This man has seen further than we can even imagine. I now understand just how narrow our worldview has been. While we've been shut away in our own country, it's frustrating to come to understand your own ignorance in this way. Heliohapt will join your Seven Seas Alliance. I want you to lend this country your strength. Leopatra, what are we doing? Huh? We're letting them intervene. We come so far. We're just one small step from the throne. It's pointless. He's the real thing. We're no match for his power. Whether we make Riem our enemy or him our enemy, it's all the same. She's like just shaking. Like, just. There's no choice but to accept our fate. Here's our trade agreement. We'll discuss the details at a later date. Yes, I'm looking forward to working together. Sinbad, you have my gratitude. Not only did you solve this country's dilemma with the Riem Empire, but also expose the schemes of the former king's factions. Even though they're royalty, they will face harsh punishment. Many innocent citizens died. We must deal out a suitable sentence. The leader of the former king's factions are gone. Huh? Does that make you the legitimate king, Amarkan? Yes. But we must consider the will of the former king. So both my younger brother and I must decide together. Unfortunately, all those that would interfere are gone. What will you do, Sharrkan? Like, he's gonna choose to not be king, I guess? Maybe he'll choose to go travel with Sinbad? Okay, Night 111. Farewell. Okay. What will you do, Sharrkan? Like, huh? Lord Sharrkan, the Dargar Queen and Visor are no longer here. So they just left. So there's no longer any need for further deception. Please tell us how you really feel. I think the one who should be king is my brother. Oh, I know I'm not fit for such an important role. Since I've always just done what Mother told me, I'm not qualified for such a role. Is this what you intend to do from the start? Now that I can calmly think about it, it was strange. By you, whose freedom of speech was always restricted by the former king's faction, would say such a thing. Foolish little brother. It was all too late. It's true. The conflict in this country resulted in innocent deaths. Now that the former king's faction has fallen, it's not out of the question to think that those of the current king's faction might be out for revenge. Since His Highness Sharrkan was the figurehead of the former king's faction, he might be in danger. Yes, I'm also to blame. When I succeeded the throne, if I had tried to resolve the problem with the former king's faction, it never would have come to this. So the fault doesn't rest solely on you. How sad, yes. That child remains in this country. It will only spark future conflict, regardless of his wishes. Huh? If that's the case, I have a suggestion. Huh? Why don't you place His Highness Sharrkan in the care of the Sinbad Trading Company? Okay, yeah. Huh? What? Huh? It sounds like His Highness is currently in a dangerous position, which means that it would be unadvisable for him to remain in this country. But what if you leave him in the care of Sinbad, leader of the Seven Seas Alliance? Other royal children and important persons from our allied nations have already joined us at the company. I think you could say it's the safest place in the world. That kind of looks like hostage. It's true. If my brother remains here, it will only result in chaos for our country. I don't have a problem with your conditions, but this is like you're taking a hostage, like grabbing his shoulder. Of course not. I never had that intention. Huh? Fine. Sinbad, I'll trust my little brother to you. You can take him with you as a symbol of our alliance. Brother! Well, listen. There's no place for you in this country. As Heliohapt is now, our presence willingly lead to more trouble. But once you have grown and found your own strength, and I have surpassed this country's conflicts and solved its problems, come home, return to this country someday. And he hasn't yet, so please take care of my little brother. I will. Lord Ramakan, was that really the best course of action? There was no way to object to Sinbad's proposal, but he's a cunning man. I wonder if he intentionally created a situation where we would have to make such a choice. Just how far has he calculated? The fact that it turned out this way may all be according to his plan. Dungeon Conqueror Sinbad. We may have aligned ourselves with a terrifying person. No matter. More importantly, normies, I want you to inform me when the next dungeon appears. You don't mean you want the dungeon power? You want the dungeon's powers? Naturally. In the future, without the power of the metal vessel, we will be unable to survive in this world. The world is changing at a pace never before seen. In order to keep up with it, we need that power. So, okay, it's only natural. This is good. Now all the necessary pieces have come together. Okay, time to depart from the Dark Continent, or time to depart for the Dark Continent. Actually gonna go. Okay, actually gonna see. Night 112. Masrur and Sharrkan. Rim territory, Katargo. Sinbad, are you sure? Yeah, I'm just escorting Masrur back to his homeland, or hometown. So I'll be fine on my own. If we all go, we'll stand out too much. Yep. Please, go on and return to Balbad. Alright. We'll be on our way. Let's go, Masrur. Huh? He stopped him. Wait a minute, Sin. What is it, Jafar? Don't grab me. You even know how to get to the Dark Continent? Well, we'll find it if we just head south, right? It's that way-ish. It's like pointed. You think you can make it across the desert like that? It's fine. We'll figure it out. No, you won't. You'll die lost in the desert somewhere. So, do you know the way then? That is, mumbling. Well, excuse me. If you're heading to the Dark Continent, I think it might be best to first search for the people of Torran in the south. Their civilization is even more ancient than Heliophat's, so I think they would know about the Dark Continent. People of Torran? They're a small group of people that speak the Torran language. I've read about them. I heard that there are mysterious people scattered throughout the world, but to think they have a village even in this remote region. Wow. Do you know how to get to that Torran village? Do you lead us there? Yes. What are you thinking? You can't. He's the prince of Heliohapt, and he's still just a child. You can't endanger his life like that. But Jafar, no matter what you say, he's the only one who knows the way. Fine. Like, huh? I'll worry if you're the only one supervising him. I'll be going too. What? Why do you have so little faith in me? Prince Sharrkan, please lend us your assistance. Bows. Sure. Haven't you been a bit hard on me lately? You're imagining things. It's okay. There's nothing to worry about. Okay. Those two are always like that. But they're interesting people. I think they might make good mentors for someone like you. Huh? You can learn a lot from them. Yes. Yeah. What the heck is this sandstorm? Ow, ow, ow. They're pelted by sand. As you travel south, the weather becomes increasingly stormy. The sand picked up by the strong wind, cuts through you almost like a knife. Okay, Jafar, we should definitely use my magic to fly through this. No, the last time you tried that, you made Prince Sharrkan sick. Oh, you can't fly. He'll be fine this time. I know it. There's no way you can fly in this sandstorm. This is awkward. I don't know what to say to them. What should I do? Hey, you. What kind of place is the Dark Continent? You know, don't you? Or a leaf. I think I'm gonna talk to him. Yeah. But I've never left the palace before, so I've never actually seen it. What? So you don't really know anything then, do you? Sigh. Oh. I guess that's what being royalty is like. Hey, don't say that, Masrur. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Like 8 years old. Oh. Please accept our apologies. He's still very young. He's insulted you. Really? It's fine. 9 years old. Oh, he's only a year older. Hold on a second. He's one of our allies now. His status shouldn't matter anymore. Why don't you drop formal titles like Your Highness? I guess that's true, huh? From now on, we'll call you Sharrkan. Smile. Oh, he's like that. Sharrkan. I'm sure you'll be a bit bewildered by all these new experiences at first, but this is an adventure. This is the excitement of an unexplored world. Of course, there will be danger, but we're friends now. Friends protect each other, and in the future, you'll become a source of strength for us. We're counting on you, Sharrkan. Yes. Friends, this is friendship. Like looking around. I'll count on you. It's like Masrur's like giving out his hand too. Sharrkan. Sure. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Sharrkan, this meat's delicious, huh? Yes. It's really good. Snatches? Oh, he snatches. Oh. It's half raw. I'll fix it. So he's cooking the meat. Ah, so hot. Huh? Sharrkan, pass the water. Sure. Here you go. Huh? Give me water too. Okay, he's like being dejected. He's like being told to do stuff. The Marina rabbit looks just like what I've heard. It's cute. They're right there. Yes, it's cute. Ah, ouch. It's like, oh, bite him. These guys have no mercy for the weak. Huh? Being like taking down a pig. It's a monster. The desert Haggatsits Like isn't? Oh no! It's taking Sharrkan hostage. Help me! Oh, it's the thing that the flower thing. Yeah, and like gets him, huh? Masrur is still reliable. Yeah, I just did what I needed to, huh? There's nothing to fear with Masrur around. Ah, I saved you this time around. But you should really watch where you're going. 'Cause you're really weak. Yeah. I like traveling with everyone. And there's a lot for me to learn. But for some reason, I don't quite feel content. Good luck. Please do your best. Good luck. Sharrkan, come see this. Hey, check this out. Isn't that the village of the Torran people you were talking about? Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of people they are. Southern tip of the Dark Continent, Torran village. Torran TVs, okay. Night 113. Torran village. A little dry voice. They're coming in. Around. This is definitely the Torran village. Can't believe there's actually a village in a place like this. Yeah. I was starting to doubt it myself. I mean, huh? We walked and saw nothing but desert. There wasn't anything that even resembled a village. Like just these skeletons and like sun. Flower. There was plenty of dangerous creatures, and it became more and more difficult to believe that people would live out here. Sorry. I'd only heard rumors of its location too. It sure was a long way. Huh? Where did they travel? We got here in the end, so it's alright. Excuse me, miss. Huh? We're travelers. Could you please show us into your village? Huh? Like, just scared of them? Huh? Well, what? Like, they put like a fence around it? Fence and like spears in it? Sin, what have you done? What have you done now? Nothing. I just called out them. Then why are they reacting like this? I don't know. Saying something? Oh, what are they saying? They're speaking Torran. Torran is a completely different language from ours. It's their official language. Still saying something? Can you understand them, Sharrkan? A little. They're so agitated that's difficult to catch anything they're saying. Try to calm them down for now. You just... What the heck? You're like, oh. Masrur like just cut everything? It's because Masrur's them? Sin. If words won't get through to them, I can silence them with force. Like Sin. No, Masrur. You'll just provoke them. Huh? That's enough. Someone comes in. Put down your weapons. Travelers, you as well, please. Like what? I'm the chief of this village. I can speak your language. That red hair. And those eyes. You're a foundress, aren't you? Huh? Yes? You know about foundress? The Dark Continent really is the foundless homeland. It's true. There used to be many foundless here. Wow, but that was all in the past. You look like you're all just you look like you're all just children. So I doubt you're a group of thieves. You brought this foundless child here. You must intend to reunite him with his people, correct? Oh. Sadly, that's impossible because there are no longer any foundless left here. There were once many foundless here on the Dark Continent. They lived in villages, just like my people. And this place was once home to many of those settlements. But, you saw for yourself, didn't you? Did you pass a single village on your way here? Any people? There's nothing around us but desert. What went through your head as you observed such an extreme environment with so little life? There were once foundless villages here, but they were targeted by slave traders and annihilated. It can't be. But why? How could a people as strong as the foundless be annihilated? Foundless are still just humans. Slave traders took advantage of that fact. They pretend to be amicable, befriend the foundless, deceive them, and use medicines to drug them. They took the children and hostages to subdue the adults. Anyone who resisted was shown no mercy. You're from Heliohapt, aren't you? The medicines made in Heliohapt are effective even on families. And the slave traders were well aware of that characteristic. Did you realize that? Uh-oh. No matter how strong you are, once they set their sights on you, it's over. The Torran people have been persecuted as a savage tribe, and we were driven out of our homes to this far land. Our brethren too were also targeted by slave traders. Many people were lost. So that's why they were like fighting off. That's why we distrust all outsiders. We will not allow them into our village. If you understand that, then please leave. We'll let you go out of respect for that Fenris child. Huh? What? Where was this fanless village? There was once a village in the southwest of this area, but what will you do with that knowledge? There's nothing left there but tragedy. I don't know that. Huh? Like puts down his pack. If I don't see it for myself, I don't know that. Going in. Like dashing in. Masrur! Like dashing in the woods. Those aren't any more there aren't any more finalists. They were annihilated by slave traders. He's like going just uh-oh. So that's what he was talking about with Morgana. It's like, yeah. You should go there to like see it, but there's like nothing there. Wow. I'm so glad I'm reading these like next to another. Wow. I'm guessing like next volume we're gonna follow Masrur into where the Fenris is. Or Fenris were. Well, what are your thoughts about this volume? If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, leave any suggestions or recommendations down below. Greatly appreciate them. And have a good rest of the day. Bye.